Kenny has been a revelation at right back. Charlie Miller's well up for it against his former club. Jim Hamilton won the cup with Hearts in '98. David Hanna won it in his first spell with Dundee United in '94. Well, Rangers are still stretched to the limit. Fernando Rixton is in the middle of a 5-match league ban, but he can play in the cup, and just as well. He replaces Giovanni van Bronckhorst, who's rejoined a frightening casualty list that also includes key men like Rayner, Moles, Albert, De Boer, Tugay, McCann, Vidmar. The list really does go on and on. Dundee United have only managed one victory, but they remember it fondly in these parts. It came in the 1994 final. Celtic, Hibs and Livingston have already made it to the semi-finals. Who is going to join them? Dundee United or Rangers? Charlie Miller was a bright young thing at Rangers, but lost his way, and Dick Advocaat sold him to Watford. He's been outstanding since returning to Scotland, and certainly has a point to prove today. It's the other way round as Billy Dodds returns to his former club, although he has little to prove. He was Dundee United's top scorer last season, even though he left for Rangers in December. Johnston for Perini. Barry Ferguson heartily involved from the start, and hurt as well.
It's a terrific tackle by Jim Laughlin, who stepped out to close him down there, but taking a sore on Barry Ferguson.
David Hanna is going to chase that for all it's worth, and Fernando Rixton actually gets the throw off him, but Barry Ferguson has a real problem.
Yeah, I think it's an out-and-out block tackle here. You see Barry Ferguson sees it coming well. I think Jim Laughlin certainly gets some of the ball here, there's no doubt about that, but he's leading with the studs. And the last thing Dick Advocaat will need is the loss of the biggest influence in his side, and that really is what Barry Ferguson has become these days in this Rangers side.
This one will be chased by Lilly, and that's a wonderful cross. Looking for Hamilton in the middle, and it might still come to him. There's a flag up for offside as it was drilled back in by Griffin.
Yeah, I think Jim Hamilton thought he was in here. I think he thought Amoruso was underneath this. Amoruso does very well, sees Hamilton making the run at full stretch, and the back foot does just enough. Good defending.
Amoruso. Maybe have to send one across the box sooner or later. Mistake by Perini has given Craig Easton a chance. Perini hasn't recovered either. He's presented it to Easton again, and now Hamilton, and it's a corner, but Dundee United are giving it a go.
Yeah, Rangers so slack in the left back position here. A player of Sergio Perini's experience shouldn't be doing this, and really it's Rixton who tucks round the back here and who makes the block at the front post.
Away by De Vos. Miller, he's turned away from Continent and fended him off.
Continent did well, Lorraine, stayed goal side all the time.
Buchan, and Continent is going to get, I would imagine, a yellow card here, or maybe just a talking to, in fact.
Well, I'd be hoping it's not a yellow this early in the match. But he's been given the responsibility of picking Charlie Miller up, being Miller more or less playing in the hole behind the front two, and Continent is more or less going man-to-man at the moment, so I think we'll see a fair bit of that pair tonight as the game wears on.
Johnston, who hasn't really made much of an impact at Rangers. Now Continent is going to get a yellow card this time as he caught Miller.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think Bert Continent would be reluctant, having had Alexa just a few moments ago, to lead with the studs like that. And John Underhill well placed to call that one. And it really means he can't afford to miss time another one.
Easton just nipped off his toes by Perini. But Dundee United giving a decent account of themselves so far. And it's a game that will show them how far they've come. Griffin whips that in, and what a teasing centre it was, and a decent opportunity.
Yeah, plenty of pace in the ball. Derek Lillard just trying to redirect it there. And Danny Griffin, who is very, very good at whipping that kind of ball in. There's plenty of action on it.
Wrexham bangs that one in, but it's knocked away by Loughlin. And no foul as Miller went to ground. Contiman's challenge. Dodds did quite well to steer that on, but Bucker's just going to be able to nick it into touch. And Charlie Miller's back on his feet.
Well, that's a problem. Bert Contiman really can't afford another missed-time challenge on Charlie Miller.
Here's Barry Ferguson to try and conjure something up for Rangers. Billy Dodds turns. Turns well. Flow, and the flag will go up against Wrexham.
That's a terrific turn by Billy Dodds there. DeVos just gets too tight on him there. Unfortunately for Rangers, Wrexham had just wandered offside. Billy Dodds at his very best here, taking it into feet, spins quickly, and he's away from DeVos.
Billy Dodds facing one of his former clubs, mind you, he does most weeks, having been a bit of a journeyman in the Scottish game before he finally made it to Glasgow. Miller, will it open up for him? In this sort of way, he was rather forlornly claiming that he got a deflection.
Yeah, but I think Alex Smith will be encouraged to see him getting into this kind of positioning on the edge of the box. Doesn't really make a very good job of the finish. But he's going to be a big player for Alex Smith tonight. No question about that.
Moore. Contiman. Oops, he got that all wrong. Gave it straight to Charlie Miller, who slides it into the path of Craig Easton. And Easton now has put it through. And what a chance for Lilly. Oh, it's straight at cross.
That's a terrific chance. Delightful ball there to release him from Craig Easton. If anything, I think he takes it a bit too wide because he has the pace to get in on Stefan Klos.
And the efforts of Dundee United won't have surprised Rangers. They knew they would be in for a match here against a side who have improved greatly in recent times. Amaruso has proved very strong, powerful and resilient for Rangers and Tayside this evening. Johnston went in with studs showing and Jamie McCunney hurt.
It looks as if he's taking a sore one here, Jamie McCunney. Alan Johnson totally committed there. I think it's the follow-through that does the damage.
He's only 17, this young man. He will be 18 next month, but he's had a decent run in the side lately and has really impressed. Certainly taken a sore one there, though.
Yeah, I think this is his 10th successive game. I mean, he came into the side at Easter Road, a game that I watched, and did well enough that day. But for a lad of this age to come in and hold his place for this length of time, I think is a measure of his ability. And certainly Alex Smith has every faith in him. And I'd imagine he's going to be all right here. He's taken a sore one there in the follow-through from Alan Johnson, but I'd be surprised if he can't continue.
Rangers squad really has been severely stretched by their almost unbelievable injury crisis, but they just have to get on with it, and they do have enough players to make an impression here. Here's Bert Contiman, he can hit them from there. Normally a bit better than that, it must be said.
Yeah, should have done better in, because there's plenty of time to set himself and measure this here. Good first touch, and he should be doing better.
Charlie Miller. Easton is available, and he's played him in. McCunney ready to deliver, and that's a cracking cross, and the flag was up. It wouldn't have counted for Hamilton.
Yeah, just peeled up to the back post here, Jim Hamilton. And I think it's Craig Moore who does well here to step up. Did well there just to step out. Jim Hamilton in a good position.
And Flo finds the presence of Jim Loughlin too much to contend with. Fine intervention. Here's Alan Johnston, though. There's a man on in Easton. Johnston offside. The flag is up against Lowe.
They hold a good line here, United. Flag was up right away. I didn't imagine there'd be too much in that. Well, I wonder about that. I think maybe Jim Laughlin's playing him on there.
Flo with a little flick, which Laughlin clears, does more than clear in fact. It nearly fell invitingly for Miller, but Scott Wilson there once again for Rangers. And foul by Miller on Condiment.
Yeah, it's clumsy more than anything else, and to be fair, it's robbed Bert Condiment of a good break. They're breaking into a good position in midfield.
Putting it through to Lilly. Hamilton. Ooh, and Craig Moore. Well, we thought he did enough, but hang on a minute. Here's Hanna, and he's put it away! David Hanna for Dundee United. And Rangers world could be falling apart. Sensation in the Scottish Cup.
Oh, you've got to say it's a terrific finish from David Hanna. Good break down the right-hand side. As the ball comes in, Craig Moore does well there, forces down at the front post. Hamilton with the overhead kick, wouldn't fall for Charlie Miller. What a good finish from David Hanna. Overhead kick from Hamilton, didn't break for Charlie Miller. What a finish from David Hanna. And United really have asked the question of Rangers now, Ian. You see Charlie Miller's forward, trying to get on the end of it here. Doesn't break for him. David Hanna in attendance as well. And he gets his reward for getting himself forward. Outside of the left foot. Stefan Klos, who had to come all the way there as he was left badly exposed, left without a hope. And that's what it means to this man. A winner twice, of course, before. And you wonder if his name's on the cup again.
The Scottish Cup pendulum is swinging very much in Dundee United's favour here at Tannadice. Jamie Buchan taken out by Condiment. He's going to be sent off. Bert Contiment's going to get a second yellow card, and he's going to be off. And it does go from bad to worse for Rangers. A goal down and a man down.
That's always a danger in when you pick up an early booking. I don't know what he's thinking about here, because there's plenty of blue jerseys in attendance. It's a blatant trip in front of the referee. I really don't know what Bert Contiment's thinking of, but again, he's paying the bill for the earlier yellow card earlier in the game. And Rangers now have a mountain to climb.
Oh dear, Condiment departs. Rangers season has, it's got a little nasty there. David Hanna. And Moore.
I think John Underhill's going to have his work cut out here, Ian.
Well, Rangers are going to throw one of their youngsters into the fray. Fernando Ringston unable to continue, and in his place comes Stephen Carson, a Northern Ireland under-21 international who makes only his second appearance for Rangers. His first came as a sub against Motherwell in December. Stephen Carson, always done very well. He was just caught there. The goal kick's been given, in fact. But Dick Apicale thinks otherwise.
Perhaps a more experienced player, or should I say cynical player, might have gone down here. It's a terrific penetrating run by young Stephen Carson. Might have gone down. I'm sure he would have got a free kick had he done so.
Buchan's throw, he gets it back. Jim Hamilton. Oh! He's gone past Wilson and is then taken out by Craig Moore right on the edge of the area.
It's a good nutmeg in the first place by Jim Hamilton. I think he plays for the free kick though and gets it. Good nutmeg to get away from Scott Wilson. Well, again, it's a free kick in a terrific position for United. The Goss and Laughlin have gone up.
Charlie Miller gives it to Danny Griffin. Ooh, that was blatantly close from Griffin.
We're right behind that, It was close indeed. It's just rising and bending just a little bit too much here from Danny Griffin. Stefan Klos didn't know much about it. Good strike under pressure there, been closed down.
You have to say Dundee United's lead is fairly comfortable at the moment, as comfortable as 1-0 leads can be, of course. Buchan. There is real belief about this Dundee United team, and Craig Easton! Ooh, it's blocked behind for a corner, but another close call.
Well, Perini does well twice here. Good ball in from the left-hand side. Perini well aware there where Easton was. First block there, second one there. Well, Rangers really ragged now at the back.
Charlie Miller now. Here's Hamilton. He spotted Stefan Klos off his line, and it wasn't a bad run, in fact, from Jim Hamilton.
That's a terrific effort from Jim Hamilton. That's a look up there, and the weight was absolutely perfect. Just about tucked it under the crossbar there. Stefan Klos having to adjust his feet quickly and takes no chances.
3.5 years have passed since Dundee United beat Rangers here at Tannadice. Kenny's cross away by Malcolm. Here's Charlie Miller. Derek Lilly. Ooh, and it had Klos scrambling a little bit. And Dundee United can not only waste a few seconds here, they might be able to create something. It's Derek Lilly. Lilly's shot deflected for a corner.
Yeah, that'll do, says Derek Lilly. He knows the clock is ticking down now. They won't be in a hurry to take this. Just steps onto his right side. And the deflection serves United well now.
Griffin's corner. Amaruso won it. Buchan. Inside the last minute of normal time. Here's Stephen Thompson. That's not a bad cross either! And Stefan Klos somehow kept the header out from Griffin, I think it was.
That's a remarkable save here. Stefan Klos at his very best here. Terrific reflexes. Does just enough to get it up over the crossbar. Great stop with his left foot, I think.
It was Lilly's header, in fact, but Dundee United can still keep it down this end. And now they've got a free kick. 2 minutes of added on time. It might not be enough for the Scottish Cup holders, Rangers, who are in severe danger of going out of the tournament. Oh, it's come all the way across, and Lilly once again is foiled by Klos.
I bet he can't believe it. Might have had 2 goals within 60 seconds. Did everything right here following it in. And once again he can't beat Klos.
But it's really hit and hope time now. There is no time left. Dundee United have pulled off a famous victory over Dick Advocaat's Rangers in the quarter-finals of the Scottish Cup. Rangers' season goes from bad to worse, and I wonder what the future holds for the Dutchman who got so used to silverware in his first 2 seasons in charge of Rangers. Take nothing away though from Dundee United, who have improved greatly in recent times. A really spirited showing from them. Yes, Rangers were severely depleted, but you have to give the men of Tannadice enormous credit.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would, well, certainly apart from the Rangers fans, would grudge them at Aim. They suffered greatly in the first half of the season. Alex Smith just couldn't buy a win when he took over. All of a sudden, he's starting to turn things round. And what a result for him tonight. Twice a winner before, and you just wonder, as I said earlier, is his name on it for a remarkable club time?
I think they're going to have quite a night in Dundee. Dundee United will join Celtic, Hibs and Livingston in the semi-final draw, which is coming up soon. Rangers, well, they still have to secure a Champions League place, of course, and they've still got a bit of work to do on that. But really, this is a season that they want to forget and move on to the next one. Nobody is going to forget tonight, though, if you are of a Dundee United persuasion. And tonight, it is all about Dundee United. For much of the season, it has been thoroughly miserable. They've been stuck at the bottom of the Scottish Premier League. But in the last few weeks, they sorted themselves out. And even though their future in the top flight is far from secure, the signs are good at last. Alex Smith has done a fantastic job here. And that dressing room is some place to be at the moment. And there is the man who has guided Dundee United into the semi-finals. David Hanna with a fine finish, and Rangers were unable to respond. The Scottish Cup holders without so many key men, but Dundee United literally were ready to spill blood tonight in their efforts to put one over the Old Firm. And when you support a team like Dundee United, putting one over the Old Firm, Davey, is about as good as it gets.
Yeah, very much so, Ian. It's just great to see the scenes in that dressing room, because they've had a horrible time most of the season. The dressing room has been like a morgue for most of the season so far, and it's just great to see the smile back in the face of this football club.
They haven't had much to smile about this season, but rest assured they're going to make the most of this. A sensational scoreline in the quarter-final of the Tennant Scottish Cup. It finishes at Tannadice. Dundee United 1, Rangers 0.
David, congratulations. 1-0. Do you feel as though it could have been more?
Yeah, I think Stephen Kloss had a couple of great saves at the end. We could have been 3 or 4 up, but just pleased with getting the 1-0 victory. They made it hard now, the last couple of minutes with set plays and one thing and another, but just very pleasing to see us into the next round of the Cup.
Charlie, Rangers got it so tough tonight, they didn't even get a single shot on target. For all the time you were a Rangers player, can you ever remember that happening?
Not at all, no. But I think that was just down to us working very hard and putting under a lot of pressure.
Davey, can you say how much of a difference Charlie has made? I mean, what's the difference between the start of the season and the last couple of weeks at United?
Well, I think now there's been a lot of players coming in and out. There's been a lot of inconsistency with the players, but with the players that's been brought in, Charlie, Derek Lilly, Jim Laughlin, it's like Scottish-based players, and they've come in and made an absolute different class attitude to the dressing room, made a big difference. And obviously Charlie gives you that wee bit of flair up front as well, so really pleasing.
Can you say if you thought you had a chance before the game?
To be honest, I did. Rangers, I knew, were struggling with injuries and suspensions and one thing and another, and I thought it was a great time. Obviously, we were coming off a good win against St Mirren, and I thought, well, it's maybe a good time to get them, better late than never, so it proved to be the right case. I'm absolutely delighted.
Dundee United until tonight, had only beaten Rangers once in the Tennant Scottish Cup. That was in the final. You played in that game. You got a bit of stick for wearing a Rangers top after that game, so does your goal tonight perhaps set the record straight?
Yeah, well, I hope so. Maybe a lot of the Celtic supporters will be watching tonight, maybe say one thing or another, so I'm just pleased for Dundee United. The boys worked ever so hard and it was nice to get a goal, so I'm just really pleased.
Charlie, you mentioned how good United had played tonight. What did you think of Rangers' performance? What do you think the problem is there at the moment?
I don't know the problem. Dick Advocaat to sort that out. He's a manager, I don't really know. But I know we've done well. We went out to fight and we win. It was good.
Some of the Rangers people might say, well, they were down to 10 men, perhaps that was the problem. Do you think that had anything to do with it?
I don't really think so. I think, as I said, we started the game very well and deserved to win a victory.
Anyone either of you want to avoid in the semi-final draw?
To be honest, we're just really delighted to be in the next round, but if we could avoid Celtic, then that would be nice.
OK, Charlie, I know you don't like giving away drink, but I'll let you present the Tennant Scottish Cup man of the match to David.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Are you still overjoyed, even drawing against Celtic?
Yeah, of course. It's a massive game to look forward to. Great game. Celtic have been doing well. I don't think they played particularly well today, but they got there, and they've been a formidable side this season.
The fact that you've beaten one half of the Old Firm, does that give you the right to say that you can do it again?
Well, of course, you always think you can get through to the next round. We're now into semi-final, so we're one game away from the final, and it's Celtic there, so we've got to look at that game and hopefully think we can win it. If we didn't think that, we wouldn't be in it, of course.
Of course, as Aberdeen manager, you beat Celtic at Hampden Park in 1990. You beat Dundee United as St Mirren manager in 1987. Do you see a cup-winning run here at Dundee United? Is there a similarity between your two previous victories?
Well, I don't have one of these crystal balls, but I can tell you one of the times I won with Aberdeen that we beat Celtic in the semi-final, and followed up we beat Rangers in the final. So there's every possibility that we can go and get a result on that particular day.
What about the performance tonight? What did you think of your heroes tonight?
I thought every single one of them played their hearts out, and they gave this club everything they've got, from the first minute to the last minute. Every single one of them worked so hard. I'm so pleased for them, because they've came through a lot this season, and recently they've been playing so well, and tonight I think they excelled themselves. I mean, it was a very, very good performance, I thought.
That's a bit